Indonesia. Hal-hal yang mengenai pemindahan kekuasaan dan lain-lain diselenggarakan dengan cara sama dan dalam tempo yang sesingkat-singkatnya. Jakarta, 17 Agustus 1945, atas nama bangsa Indonesia, Soekarno, Hatta.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for waiting and I'm sorry for the delay. May we have your attention, please? Our session is about to begin. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Assalamualaikum
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Peace be upon you. We're delighted to welcome you to the online summer course program 2022 organized by the Faculty of Medicine, Universitas Diponegoro, Indonesia, entitled The Power of Islamic Spirituality, Coping in Dealing with Disaster. I'm Nur Hidayat.
And I'm Irena Puspitasari, will be your host today. We also would like to greet the head of International Office of Universitas Diponegoro, Mrs. Anggun Puspitari Nisiswanto ST PhD, the Dean of the Faculty Medicine, Professor Dr. Dwi Pujonarko MKes SPSK,
The Vice Dean of Faculty of Medicine, Universitas Diponegoro, Mrs. Dr. Hermina Sukmaningtyas, MKes SPRed,
the head of Nursing Department, Faculty of Medicine, Universitas Diponegoro, Mr. Dr. Untung Sujianto SKP MKes,
the head of International Office of Faculty of Medicine, Universitas Diponegoro, Mrs. Dr. Nami Maharani, MSc Med PhD.
Ladies and gentlemen, the summer course program is held by the Community and Mental Health Nursing Division from the Nursing Department, Faculty of Medicine, Universitas Diponegoro.
And today is the opening session of the summer course program. The main topic for today is Islamic spirituality and healing in Islam. That will be presented by our inspirational speaker that will be introduced later.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to request that everyone for singing Indonesia National Anthem, Indonesia Raya, and the University of Diponegoro March. Thank you.
All right. Before we begin our sessions today, we would like to invite Septiaji Prismalistianta to lead us an open prayer for today's program. So Septiaji Prismalistianta, time is yours.
All right. Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Before we start our activity, let us say our prayers. I will guide the prayers in an Islamic way. I hope the audience can adjust it according to their respective religion or belief. Pray, begin. Al-Fatiha. A'udhu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Malik yaumiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Alhamdulillahilladzi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'ina amma ba'd. Praise be to Allah, Lord of the world. May peace and blessings always be upon the noblest prophet and messenger, his family and companions. Amen. Praying enough. Thank you.
Thank you, Septiaji Prismalistianta, for the wonderful prayer. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now in the opening session. We are going to listen the opening speech delivered by the head of the International Office of Universitas Diponegoro, Mrs. Anggun Puspitarini Setiawan, ST-PhD, to deliver the opening speech. Please welcome Mrs. Anggun. Time is yours.
Yeah, thank you very much. Hello, MC. Can you hear me? Yeah, great. All right. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Executive Board of the University, the Honorable Executive Board of the Faculty of Medicines, also the committee and all lecturers, as well as students of the Department of Nursing at Faculty of Medicines. We are very happy to welcome you all in these sessions, which is the summer school held by Department of Nursing from Faculty of Medicine with the title of The Power of Islamic Spirituality Coping in Dealing with Disaster. We hope that all the participants as well as speakers in this event can have a mutual as well as beneficial discussions along the event. And we are very happy to also mention that Faculty of Medicine is one of the best faculties in Universitas Diponegoro, and not only in a national level, but also in international for sure. And we hope that during the event, you guys, the participants, can learn how to cope with disaster, because it's inevitable for a human being to face any disaster. Then we are happy to share how we do that in certain ways. And hopefully this event can also be the part or the sessions for everyone to discuss about the diversity that we have, especially here in Indonesia. Without further ado, I personally and professionally would like to say thank you very much for the committee, for the students, for the lecturers who have been working very, very, very excellently to conduct this event. And we hope that one day we can all see you guys, the participants and speakers, in person. Once again, we are very happy to welcome you here in Universitas Diponegoro virtually, and hopefully one day we will be meeting in person. Best of luck for the event, and see you around. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the opening speech, Mrs. Anggun Puspitari Nisiswanto, STPHD.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're now going to listen the opening speech delivered by the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine at Universitas Diponegoro, Professor Dr. Dwi Pujonarko, MKes, SPSK, to give opening speech. Please welcome Professor Dr. Dwi Pujonarko, MKes, SPSK. The time is yours.
Thank you, MC. To the Honored Head of International Office, Universitas Diponegoro, Bu Anggun Puspitarini Siswanto, STPHD, Vice Dean, Academic and Student Affairs, Head of Nursing Department, Head of Undergraduate Nursing Study Program, Chair of the Faculty of Medicine Summer Course, and all of participants. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, selamat siang. Ladies and gentlemen, summer course are course program created by Undip to improve university world classes. The nursing department of Universitas Diponegoro developed a holistic nursing vision with a spiritual approach. The summer course was made to achieve the vision and mission of department, faculties, and University of Universitas Diponegoro. Post-disaster mental health causes a lot of trauma, loss, grieving, and uncertainty. To prevent mental disorder, in addition to using intervention related to coping adaptation from negative through to positive thought, spiritual coping is needed that leads to the use of spiritual intervention that have been proven to be able to overcome trauma, sadness, and stress with the belief that there is power from the Creator, who is able to overcome all circumstances so that the client is able to accept it sincerely and with pleasure. From spiritual intervention, it is hoped that the client will be able to accept it gracefully so that he is able to deal with the problem experienced appropriately. The summer course aims to be able to increase the ability to cooperate in dealing with disaster, be able to develop spiritual intervention in dealing with disaster. Participants are able to use spiritual coping in overcoming post-disaster trauma with lectures, discussion, module, and videos method in the country to participate in increasing the ability to use spiritual action in overcoming disaster. Thank you to all the organizing team. And now I will officially open this course. Ladies and gentlemen, let me once again to thank to all the audiences today to their time and enthusiasm. I hope all of you enjoy the course. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you for the opening speech, Professor Dr. Dwi Pujanarko, MKes SPSK.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we start to our main agenda, we would like to invite Mrs. Nur Satyawati Dewi, SKP MKes SPCom, to give introduction about the summer course program as a course coordinator. Please welcome Mrs. Nur Satyawati Dewi, SKP MKes SPCom.
Thank you, MC. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to share the even in summer course. In this course is conducted using synchronous and asynchronous methods. So for synchronous methods, we will listen to inspiring speaker for today and tomorrow. Today, we will listen a presentation from Associate Professor Dr. Ahmad Tarmizi bin Abdul Rahman from University Malaysia Sabah, Malaysia. And for tomorrow at 8 AM, Semarang time, we will listen from Dr. Sakiko Kanbara from Kobe University, Japan. After the presentation from Professor Sakiko, we will start for the asynchronous method. But before we starting this method, we will welcome you to do the pretest first. We have prepared a pretest in mock. Please you can complete the pretest in 1 hour. After pretest completed, you can open the modules, video, and PPT in a mock, and we will open the mock for the material at 13:15 Semarang time. After you read and understand all the teaching materials, you are welcome to fill out the post-test. We will open the post-test portal in mock on September 20 at 70 Semarang time, and we will close on September 29 at 23:59 Semarang time. And the final on Friday 30, September 30, we will holding a closing ceremony, and a participant with the best score will receive appreciation from the committee. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the information, Mrs. Nur Satyawati Dewi, SKP MKes.
Ladies and gentlemen, now we have come to our main agenda. The main topic for today is Islamic spirituality and healing in Islam. Let us introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. Ahmad Tarmizi bin Abdul Rahman from University Malaysia Sabah. But before we start, let us read his bio. Professor Dr. Ahmad Tarmizi bin Abdul Rahman was born in March 12, 1968. He was graduated a Bachelor of Humanities or Arabic Literature from the University of Hassan Sani, Casablanca, Morocco. He got his Master of Middle Eastern Studies from University of Manchester at 1995, and he graduated from Doctoral of Islamic Study from the University of Birmingham at 2004. Now he is a lecturer at University Malaysia Sabah in Fakulti Pengajian Islam.
He also actively engaged in research program. One of those are still going into kesan spiritual bertasawuf dalam tempo Perintah Kawalan Pergerakan PKP COVID-19 di kawasan terpilih di Sabah. And also, as you can see in the screen, he also conducted research called penelitian reaksi masyarakat terhadap pelaksanaan langkah keselamatan Perintah Kawalan Pergerakan PKP COVID-19 di Bandara Utama di Sabah. And also penelitian keselamatan kemudahan jeti awam bagi pemerkasaan Pulau Gaya sebagai destinasi pelancongan pulau dalam bandar. And then there is penelitian pengaruh medium komunikasi rangkaian sosial maya terhadap sistem nilai yang terdapat dalam agama dan budaya di Sabah. And also penelitian sistem pengurusan keselamatan surau di pasaraya terpilih dalam zon bandar selamat di Sabah. Please scroll down. As you can see, there are so many more research programs that already conducted by Professor Dr. Ahmad Tarmizi bin Abdul Rahman. Total for his program is 13, ranging from the year of 2007 until present. And then he also passionately published scientific articles in various journals. Some of his articles published this year entitled Virtual Social Network Communication during the COVID-19 pandemic according to Muslim community in Sabah. And then Social Media and Moral Decline of Muslim Youth in Sabah. And also WhatsApp is a medium for the spread of fitnah. Journal of the Malaysian Institute of Planner, and then the implementation of Makosid Syariah in Fatwa COVID-19 in Sabah. And as you can see, there are still many journal articles that you can read later after today's session. Please scrolling down. He also written a book, by the way, called Kalwa, a Solitary Sufi Retreat, which published in OMS, consists of 162 pages in 2010. As well as chapter in the book called Malaysia and Islam in the Global Context, Psychological, Social, and Cultural Perspective, and also pelaksanaan bandar selamat dan pelakuan jenayah harta benda di kota Kinabalu, Sabah. And then he also published proceeding article, and some of those are published this year, entitled The Implementation of Makosid Syariah in Fatwa COVID-19 in Sabah, and then Social Media and Moral Decline of Muslim Youth in Sabah, Kuala Lumpur, interpretation of fatwa during COVID-19 in Sabah, and then the virtual social network communication during the COVID-19 pandemic according to Muslim community in Sabah. And as you can see, there is still so much more proceeding article that he already published. And also for additionally, he also be supervisor in the total of 13 articles. I think that is all about Professor Dr. Ahmad Tarmizi bin Abdul Rahman. Let's continue our session.
Okay, please welcome our keynote speaker, Professor Dr. Ahmad Tarmizi Abdul Rahman from University Malaysia Sabah. The main topic for today is Islamic spirituality and healing in Islam. This will be presented by his research assistant, Dr. Santi Hairudin. Please welcome. Okay, wait a minute. We will prepare the material first. While waiting for the material first,
in the University
okay.
Sabah, Malaysia. I would like to talk about today about the concept of Islamic spirituality. Okay, as introduction, okay, the concept of spirituality in Islam. Yeah, the concept of spirituality in Islam is spiritual, or it is not physical. What I'm trying to say, spirit is spirit, and it's not physical. Yeah, spirit also refer to spiritual, like the Western understanding, and Imam Ghazali. Yeah, the element that makes up a person spiritually are a heart, a qalb, a ruh, spirit, and nafs, a soul, and sir, spiritual secret, and al-aql, the mind. Yeah, that is the basic thing about spirituality in Islam. That's related to the heart, one heart, to the spirit, and nafs, the kind of the spirit, a sir, spiritual secret, and the aql, the mind. Yeah. Okay. Spirituality has a direct relationship with Allah, control. Yeah. This is the Islamic way of understanding the spirituality. The Quran clearly affirms about the spirit as one of Allah affair, and that is not known to others. What I'm trying to say is that in the um, in Islam, the matter of spirit is the matter of Allah. No one will know about the spirit. In the Quran, in Isra, Allah mentioned in the Quran, they Jews ask about the spirit. Say Muhammad, say Allah say to the Muhammad, the spirit descends by the command of Lord, but you have been given only a little knowledge. Based on these words, the spirituality in Islam is a matter of God, and God forbid the Prophet Muhammad SAW to talk or to think or to contemplate or meditate about the spirit. Okay, the verse of Surah Al-Isra, that was how the verse present is because according to the Ibn Kasir reported from Ibn Abbas, the reason why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the ayah and the verse, because there is some a few Jews, if I'm not mistaken, the three Jews asking about the spirit from the Prophet Muhammad SAW. But the Prophet Muhammad SAW did not answer direct answer to the Jews, and he said wait for 3 days, yeah, for uh, he wait from the words that were given to him, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He wait the revelations, he wait for the revelation. And after 3 days, the Jibril said to him that the spirit is Allah. Allah thinks, Allah is belong to Allah, and Allah is the knowledge of Allah, and it's not given to the man, the knowledge about the spirit, only little. So the Prophet told them to the Jews and about the ayah, and the Jews say that the Prophet Muhammad is correct, that in the tradition of the Islam and the tradition of the other prophets, that the matter of spirit is the matter of Allah, and no discussion about it. Only a few knowledge about a spirit given to the human being. Okay, spirituality in Islam. Okay, as I mentioned before, the knowledge about spirit is limited because it's prohibited by Allah to gain deeper knowledge about ruh or spirit. Allah did not provide more information to all prophets, including the Prophet Muhammad SAW. Okay, it's a matter of God, yeah, and no one in Islam would discuss about it because it clearly is prohibited in the Quran. Is clearly prohibited. Okay, so what is spirituality in Islam? Yeah, another understanding about spirituality in Islam is, I call it unlimited strife. Yeah? The second issue is that Allah lead man to himself, not to the spirit. Yeah, himself. And to know Allah is the issue of spirit. I mean, to know Allah, the issue of spirit in the sense in Islam, I mean, spirituality in Islam, we call it is to know Allah. So we may conclude that spirituality in Islam is a matter of God. Secondly, the way to know Him is spirituality in Islam. So spirituality in Islam is to know Allah and to pursue knowledge about Him that already mentioned in the Quran, how it's supposed to be done. Yeah. It's mentioned Allah also by the Prophet Muhammad SAW. Okay, as we mentioned before, the second part of the first spirituality is forbidden by Allah to know about it, and the second spirituality is I mean, the Muslim can pursue about spirit, but the spirit and the matter of spirit in Islam is not for the human being, for ordinary human being to understand. The second spirituality in Islam is to know Allah as to know Allah, and it was and the Prophet Muhammad SAW is a guidance to know Allah. Okay, the second part of the spirituality is begin with the asceticism during the Prophet Muhammad and during the life of the companion, the companion, yeah. There is a group of men. They call it Sufi, yeah, Sufi, and the first Sufi, they call it Sufia, Salafia, is a group of men who indulge in asceticism, and the second group are Sufi, using a method of Riyadha, the spiritual sport, and Mujahada, the spiritual strife, yeah, is a group who pursue Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, yeah, by the guidance has been cited by Muhammad SAW. This group was pioneered by Hassan al-Basri and Imam Ghazali. Okay, the philosophical group of Sufism is pioneered by Muhyiddin Ibn Arabi and Al-Ajili. Okay, these are three groups. Basically, strive for this for the closeness to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. It's very difficult to say that spirituality is not in Islam. Yeah? It is there, but the way how to pursue the spirituality is not as understand as the Christian understanding or non-Christian understanding, that Chinese, Indian. No. Is the way how to know Allah. The basic speaking is the way how to know Allah and to be close to Allah. So the way how to close to Allah is the understanding about ourselves. Yeah, ourselves has many degrees according to the Sufis, to the Muslim. Yeah, to the Muslims. Yeah, many selves. I mean, there's a degree for ourselves. Yeah. For example, the first self is nafsul amara, the angry soul inside our man soul, common body. These are the angry soul. Or what I say is always be angry, always be sad, always be getting thing. Yeah. So the second soul is degree of soul is the soul of full an-nafsu al-lawama, a soul full of regret. Yeah, regret. The soul of regret. Always in the state of regret. Okay, also mulhimah, yeah, mulhimah, uh, whispering to make good deeds, yeah, bukan muhimmah, ya, mulhimah, ya. Sorry, this typing error, ya. Mulhimah, the soul that always whispering to ourselves to do good thing, yeah? Just a whispering. And then the other degree is the soul of mutmainnah, the calm soul, where the characteristic is to calm, to be sober, to be understanding about others, and the soul is already close to Allah, or begin to be close to Allah, is walking toward Allah, yeah, with the um, no with no hindrance, or with no problem, or working to Allah and start to understand the relationship with Allah. And the fifth is the nafsi radiyah. Uh, radiyah is uh, the the soul that pleased with Allah, with Allah. I mean, what Allah fate to Himself, the soul feel that everything is from Allah is good, and Allah also see the soul as the soul of the soul with the full of goodness. And the sixth is the nafsu al mardiyah. Mardiyah means that the soul, Allah pleased with the soul. After understanding after Allah see all the things that about the soul, and Allah put this the status as the soul, the status of soul as the satisfied soul, means that Allah satisfied with the soul, with the act of the soul, and Allah always bless the person all the time. That is happened to the Prophet and the person who close to Allah. Okay, this is clearly mentioned about is clearly mentioned in the hadith, in the tradition of Prophet Muhammad, about the spirituality in Islam. Yeah, that is the basic thing in Islam. Islam, Iman, and Ihsan. Ihsan is the way how to be close to Allah spiritually, spirituality and physically. Yeah, this is the way how to invoke one's self, how to invoke one's spirituality, Muslim, yeah, a Muslim one's to know Allah and to get closer to Allah. Okay. I make it simpler to you. Yeah. Okay. It was narrated by Omar. Yeah. May Allah be pleased with him. It's one day there's a man who come the Prophet Muhammad SAW, and the man asked the Prophet Muhammad SAW, to be brief, yeah, asked the Prophet Muhammad SAW about about many things, yeah. Okay. but there's by Islam, the iman, and the important thing is the man asked the Prophet Muhammad, what is ihsan? Is the way how to be close in Islam. The way how be close to Islam is uh, the the concept of spirituality in Islam. Okay, what is ihsan? It is the and the Prophet Muhammad say it is that it is that you should serve Allah as though you could see Him. For though you cannot see Him yet, know that He see you. That is the point, the basic thing that all Muslims must know. That seeing, seeing, physical seeing and spiritual seeing, the greatness of Allah, it bring the man to Allah, and that is first step to understand the spirituality in Islam. And the second step, there's three things, related to the spirituality in Islam. First, humbleness, love, and thankfulness. Okay, love is the basic understanding that how Muslims should love Allah, who provide him many things, who provide him all things in life, who provide him the food. It's a belief, it's a belief. Who provide the goodness to many things, to provide him with the positive things and negative things. Then that is love in Islam, And second thing is his thankfulness, that all Muslim and Allah says, Allah said, in takfuru fa inna Allah ghaniyun ankum. And that means that if you against Allah, kufr, against Allah, disobey Allah, and Allah said He didn't need you, He needed you, and but Allah said, ولا يرضى لعباده الكفر وإن تشكروا يرضاه لكم. And I said Allah, but Allah didn't support or what I said, please with the acts of arrogant, with the acts of disprove Him. But if you thanks Allah, Allah will pleased with you. Okay. Then this thankfulness. So we as a human, we as a Muslim, we always taught ourselves to be thankful for Allah, everything that for Allah. Thankful Allah for everything. Thankful, thankfulness in Islam, in Islam, that will help the spiritual to grow. One is thankfulness from the heart, thankfulness with the word, and thankfulness in practice. Okay, knowing is something is a gift from Allah. When we thanks with heart, declaring that you are thankful for divine bounties, with the word, with our tongue. Thank you, Allah. We say, thank you for the Lord. Thank you, Lord, for help us. For we be grateful that Allah is any. Okay, thankfulness in practice, that doing something with your hand, feet, eyes to do a good thing. That is the way how spirit in Islam, spirituality in Islam is grow and strength. Okay, humbleness, that Allah asks His creation to be humble, because Allah is the great, and the human being is you must be humble to Him because it's purity. Okay. Okay, the foundation of strengthened spirituality in Islam is al-mushahada. As as I mentioned before about the words of the Prophet Muhammad SAW, ta'budullah ka'annaka tarah wa in lam takun tarah fa huwa yara. I mean, worship Allah as you see Him, but if you not see Him, beware or pretend that Allah see you. See you. Okay. The secret is to see physically or uh, outly or innerly. How the eye see the greatness of Allah spiritually. Yeah? Mushahada is a strength to make ourselves to know Allah, to feel Allah in our heart, and Allah is everywhere. Wahwa ma'akum aina ma kuntum. And Allah is always with you where you are in the Quran. Yeah. Okay. The so we need to be alert in ourselves that that to see Allah in everywhere, in every action, in everything. Yeah. It's not to see Him physically, but to see Him that we feel that Allah is there. The easiest way is to understand about the mushahada is to perform a zikr in our heart, in our tongue. So when we perform a lot of zikr in our heart, in our tongue, we understand that the way how to see Allah. Based on surah, based on the Quran, words in the Quran and Al-Kabut, Allah command His messenger to recite Quran, which means both reciting is conveying to the people. Yeah. Okay. So we need to remember Allah, and remember Allah is a lot of in the tradition of Prophet Muhammad. The way how to remember Allah is a lot. I mean, many practice we can practice to make ourselves to see Allah, but the easiest way is to perform zikr. When we perform zikr, is the easy way to reach to the level of seeing Allah. What you call it, mushahadullah. We can reach the level. And the Prophet Muhammad, in the tradition of Prophet Muhammad, he said from al-hadith from Abu Darda, the companion of the Prophet Muhammad, and it was narrated by Al-Tirmidhi, Al-Hakim, Hakim, and others. Yeah, the Prophet Muhammad say that the Prophet Muhammad give a talk, yeah, and say, shall I not inform you of the best of action, which are the purest to Europe, which exact you in the high rank, which are more we are more efficacious than spending gold and silver in charity, and better for you than you should encounter your enemies, whom you will smite them neck, and they will smite your neck. Certainly we want to know. And the Prophet Muhammad said, remember Allah, the exalted. Remember Allah. And always in the state of remembering Allah. Dhikr. Dhikr. And the hadith from Ali, as I remember, ayu tariq ashal ila ma'rifatillah. The Ali asked the Prophet Muhammad, by saying, by asking him the way, the easiest way to know Allah. The easiest way to know Allah. And the Prophet Muhammad replied, the easiest way to know Allah is to remember Allah, to perform a lot of zikr. And Ali said, all people remember Allah. No, said Muhammad, the Prophet Muhammad, that I was commanded by God as well as another prophet to remember Allah, to remember Him, because that is the way how all prophet to be close to Allah and to reach the level of musyahadah, and can I mean the level, the best way how to uh, to reach.
Okay, thank you. But before we begin the next material, to Dr. Santi Hairudin, as a research assistant of Professor Dr. Ahmad Tarmizi bin Abdul Rahman, do you have any additional information or something you need to say? Hello, are you there, Dr. Santi Hairudin?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. I think there's no addition in this video. I think that's all.
Okay, that's all.
Yeah, there's nothing I want to add.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Empathy. Okay, maybe since there is no additional information from Dr. Santi Hairudin, maybe we're going to the next material. That's still in the preparation. And maybe if you have any question about this material, you can ask later on MOOCs or on the discussion section. I'm sorry for the delay. We have a technical problem here.
And we will share the presentation for a minute. Thank you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and every good morning to everybody. Wassalatu wassalam, Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala
Macet?
Okay, wait a minute, because there's still a little bit problem in our technical. But before we start our material, I want to know how about your impression or about your opinion about this course that we just see before. Do anyone want to share about the opinion or something want to say?
There's no.
There's no one?
Okay, we can continue with.
Okay. Okay. We'll begin the material for the second. Thank you.
I would like to talk about concept of feelings in Islam today. I hope it will give benefit to all of us. Let me introduce my name. My name is Ahmad Tarmizi Abdurrahman. I currently work in the University of Malaysia Sabah in Malaysia in Sabah. I was invited by the Diponegoro University to give a talk about healing in Islam. Okay, do not waste our time. My concern is healing for the session. Healing in Islam. Okay, the basic principle in Islam medicine is to denounce that the power of healing belongs to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. Allah is the God of in Islam, and in the Islamic tradition and a belief that all the power of healing and to cure from disease is belong to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. Okay, they're full of hope and confidence that only Allah who heals any disease, followed by believers' effort as a human to treat the disease. But in the same time, Allah asks the Muslim to give the great effort to heal themselves if they have a sickness or a problem in health, mentally or bodily. It means that Islam do not ask their believer to just resting and just pray to Allah for healing, but it need to do something physically to help themselves to cure the disease. All diseases in Islam are affected by and interfered by Satan. I mean, the point, important point that some people miss and the doctors miss is that the Satan I mean, the Satan, I mean, always be there to make a Muslim feel sick, and it will help or strengthen the bacteria, or virus, or mental illness, or spiritual illness by the Satan. But in nowadays medicine, they will not telling that is I mean, the great problem with Muslim. Ibn Jawzi, the famous ulama in this area, says that the Quran is a tool for cure the sickness, whether the sickness is bodily or physically or spiritually. That the Quran that Allah sent to the Muslim is the cure. So if the Muslim focus on the Quran, good prayer, by God wills, it will cure from disease or from his illness. It's narrated in the Bukhari, the Hadith, the word of the Prophet Muhammad SAW. Inna shaitan yajri min al-insan majrad dam. Means that the shaitan is have the ability to stay or to penetrate human body through his blood, through his vein, or through his nerve, and then it make I mean, he has the ability to perform the activity that may hurt a Muslim. It will, I mean, the Satan will strengthen the bacteria, the viruses, to make a man, to make a Muslim feel unhealthy in his day life. Okay, the type of medicine in Islam. The type of medicine is two types. One is material. Second type is non-material. The material type is the nowadays medicines, yeah, medicine that include or related to the plant, drink, and chemical. What they call it today is allopathy, or allopathy were osteopathics or homeopathics, allopathic and homeopathics, that used by the doctor in Islam. For example, Ibn Sina, the old, the past doctor, the famous doctor in Islam in the past. He typed the book of medicine before the modern but before the modern medicine found the virus, the form of the virus, the form of the bacteria, and during that time, the book of the Ibn Sina is among the best uh, for cure and for any disease. And non-material type of the medicine. Medicines in Islam, yeah, there is no material medicine as recitation of the words of Quran, yeah, we read in the Islamic litany, and the prayer that used to the purpose of cure, to cure the patients. Okay. We are, today we not discuss the common healing for today that available in the hospitals nowadays. And allopathic is not mistaken. As not a medical doctor, but I'm doctor in the Islamic medicine. Yeah. But we are discussing the healing in the context spiritual healing in Islam. Because the modern the advanced modern healing is belong to the certain hospital, certain company, certain nowadays, yeah. Maybe they call it the USA the best medicine, or in Britain, or even China, they call it the best medicine. For the modern, we not discuss for the modern the physical healing, but we are because the physical healing that I think you are know. Is known to us nowadays, yeah. But we are discussing spiritual healing in Islam. Okay, the famous concept in healing in Islam is they call it ru'ya. They call it ru'ya. Yeah, ru'ya in Arabic. Yeah, ru'ya. It can be divided to sections. Raqi, one is the Raqi, the person who heals, the doctor who heals, and second is the virtuous people, the saint of Allah, who heal with prayer and so on. There's two. Basically, there's two types. Yeah, we are not talking about too details, but we are talking about basic principles in healing in Islam. Ar-Raqi is a spiritual doctor who read the verses of Quran according to the disease faced by the patient, such as certain verses in Quran are suitable for diabetes, and also some verses of the Quran is suitable for to cure the stomach and the cancer and many disease nowadays. Yeah, they also happen in the virtuous people, but the virtuous people is different, yeah, in the aspect of their closeness. The different because it depend on their closeness to Allah. Yeah, for the Raqi, they use orderly and systematic reading of the Quran, zikr, and prayer. Why the virtuous method do not care much about this thing, but for them, what inspired by Allah is the best. Inspired to cure is the best. Yeah. For example, maybe the virtuous people, they take just a glass of water and pray for someone, and someone will drink that and a cure. Yeah, it's happened in the Islamic traditions, and is in the Islamic community. It's happened. Yeah, it's happened like that. Yeah, maybe it sounds odd, but that's the reality in Islam. Yeah, that is the reality. So basically, physical. There is person who as a Raqi who cure someone with problems, with the disease, with the illness, with the orderly and systematic Quran and zikr and prayer. But there is some of virtuous people just only inspired by God to do his best. Yeah. Okay. Healing uses by Prophet Muhammad. Okay. The Prophet Muhammad SAW pray for his companion to be healthy from illness as well as his family and himself. In other words, that the Prophet Muhammad always pray for the health of all his followers, including his family and himself. The Prophet Muhammad used the Quranic prayer, Quranic prayer. We call it as manzil. It's famous in Islamic tradition, Islamic Muslim is manzil. Manzil is the words and the verses of the Quran that used by the Prophet Muhammad SAW to cure any problem that his companion have. Yeah. The technique usage of the Prophet Muhammad is general and sometimes specific. Yeah, based on the verse of manzil, based on the manzil. Yeah, the some words of the Quran. We may conclude uh, that disease. I mean, it's not. I mean, the companion of Muhammad have the problem in the health problem, but it's not very complicated. Yeah, it's simple, a simple disease. It's simple. It can be cured by the Prophet Muhammad easily. Uh, but Muslim nowadays are different. Yeah, they also experience chronic disease because of diet, viruses infections, and mental disorder. For example, the Prophet Muhammad used to fast every Monday and Thursday, to fast in Ramadan, and to eat less, and do a good thing, and so on. Yeah, but the modern Muslim nowadays, they are failed to follow, fail 100%. Yeah, not fail 100%, but to the Muslim nowadays, they fail to follow Muhammad 100%. I mean, they fail to follow all. I mean, they fail to follow Muhammad and all his teaching. There are some very very good Muslim, yeah, excellent Muslim. Yeah, but very few of them. Okay, the Prophet Muhammad healed a blind mind. Yeah, healed a blind man. Okay, once the story of the Prophet Muhammad SAW, um, is to heal the blind man. A blind man come to the Prophet Muhammad, uh, to Prophet Muhammad, and ask the Prophet Muhammad, pray to Allah that He will heal me. The Prophet say, if you want, I will pray for you. And if you want to, you can be patient. However, the blind man still insisted on praying. Pray for me, O Messenger of Allah. So the Prophet Muhammad SAW asked him to perform a good ablution, yeah, the proper ablution, and pray with dua. Allahumma inni as'aluka wa tawajjahu ilaika bi nabiyyika Muhammad Nabi rahmah inni توجهت بك إلى ربي في حاجتي هذه لتقضى بي اللهم فشفعه في. And then the man read the prayer and pray with that prayer as told by the Prophet Muhammad, and the man experienced to see again. Yeah, this was narrated by the hadith. The tradition of Prophet Muhammad was narrated by by Bukhari. Yeah, the famous narrator of the tradition of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Prophet Muhammad prior to avoid illness. There are some example in the tradition of Prophet Muhammad. There's a lot of example of Prophet Muhammad, as the Ibn Jawzi wrote a book about it. Yeah, related with the book entitled, I forgot the title, but the whole book is the healing practice that performed by the Prophet Muhammad toward his companion. Okay, and some example I already mentioned here. And then part of it is, for example, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-kasal wa a'udhu bika min al-jubn wa a'udhu bika min al-harami wa a'udhu bika min al-bukhl. Okay, means that Prophet Muhammad performed the prayer. Allah, O Allah, I seek refuge with you from laziness. I seek refuge with you from cowardice. I seek refuge with you from the senility. I seek refuge with you from miscellaneous. Okay, this is the concept of a disease that understand by the Prophet Muhammad SAW. For example, the Prophet Muhammad SAW mentioned that laziness is a disease, that it is related with the behavior, with the physical, with the spiritual of a Muslim. Because in the Quran it mentions in the الذين يجحدون فينا ويهدين سبلنا. Okay, mention that who strive in me, in goodness in me, Allah say in me, I will show them the way. So if a Muslim is not lazy, do not want to strive for any goodness, this is a problem, and the physical problem, and it will affect the spiritual problem. And so we need to heal it. To the Prophet Muhammad, we need to heal it. So that's why the Prophet Muhammad say, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-kasal. So the Muslim need to pray that may Allah prevent him from the laziness. Okay, and the Prophet Muhammad also pray that from cowardice. Coward. To be coward is the problem in Islam. Coward. So we are coward. We cannot do anything. Yeah, coward. Yeah, it is a problem. Yeah, and then the Prophet Muhammad also pray to avoid dementia. To what dementia? Yeah, harami is translated by in the word of the doctors today is dementia. Yeah, forgot a lot of things. Yeah, when we get old, we forgot that the Prophet Muhammad says pray not to be one of the person who have dementia. And the Prophet Muhammad also prayed that for Mr. Linus, yeah, um, we have the property, a lot of property, but we didn't give to the poor. We had a problem with sickness in our heart, sickness in our physical body, physical and the mind. We are so coward. We are so, I mean, so, I mean, we are not trying to share our life, our wealth with others, with the poor. Okay, so um, the to the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam understanding that is example of the problem that of the problem that human being or the Muslim have and face that we need to heal them. Okay, perform pilgrimage by circumambulating the Kaaba. Okay, in Saudi Arabia, the Hajj, or the Muslim called the Hajj, will also help the healing of the Muslim spiritually and physically. Okay, one thing again, fulfill others people wishes. Yeah, all the Muslim encouraged by Islam. Yeah, or Muslim encouraged Islam to fulfill the people wishes, whether they know him or did not know him. Yeah, whether it's family or it's not family. I mean the foreigner for him. So when you used to help people and you get some blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that will cure your illness and so on. Okay, and some of the healing that performed the Prophet Muhammad as teach by the Prophet Muhammad is help the people in sadness. Yeah, in sadness. Yeah, people were sad because of the death, because of the certain problem. Yeah, because of the certain casualty. Yeah, we try to help them. Yeah. Because the basic teaching in Islam is if you help others, Allah will help you. That is the healing teaching of Prophet Muhammad. Okay, always certain to have a good relationship. Yeah, means that we always encouraged by the Prophet Muhammad. The Prophet Muhammad teach the Muslim to always have a good friendship with his friend. Yeah, with his friend. Always. Yeah, so always forgive his friend. Always yeah, to have good relationship. Yeah, I mean, not to angry all the time with his friend, and we just give way to our friend if the matter is not concern our our needs, our goodness and so on. Yeah. Okay, beware the matter related to halal and haram. And the Prophet Muhammad would teach to do or to perform or to eat something that is halal. Halal means that proven by Islam, proven by this religion, and to avoid that something that's unproven, haram by Islam, especially during eating and taking diet, or something related with wealth, something related with works, and something related with our life. So we must always keep our mind that if something is proven by the Quran, by the Hadith, yeah, by by the ulama, yeah, by Islam, we can pursue it. But if something is not related with halal, not something is not not related with, not approved by the Quran and the teaching of Islam, we cannot pursue it. Yeah, because this is our limit. Yeah, in Allah Subhanahu wa Taala create us with limit, so we need to remember that our limit. That our limit is because if we remember that our limits, we will always remember Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. Okay, when the Prophet Muhammad also teach us that all intention of doing works only for Allah's sake. Yeah. What we do in our life, what we do in our daily life, is the sake of Allah. Inna salati wa nusuki wa mahyaya wa mamati lillahi rabbil alamin. It's mentioned in the every pray and the Muslim perform. They need to, they used to perform the prayer that I just mentioned before. Means that in salati, yeah, okay, in my worship and in my life, I do things just for Allah. It's meaning, the meaning is, yeah. And the example that I can give is to give to the poor. Yeah, we have we have a Muslim, yeah, have something more for himself or something to give. It doesn't mean something more. Yeah, sometimes it's not more, but something to give. We give to the poor, the needs, and Allah will help us. Will heal us in our problem. That is Allah way. That is the Prophet Muhammad SAW teach the Muslim to understand his will, his ways, yeah, that Allah may help to heal, to cure the problems. Yeah. Okay, in this presentation, I will also put some example of one or two example that mentioned in the Quran. Yeah, they mentioned in the Quran related with the healings. Yeah, and for example, in the Quran, it mentioned in the verse Anbiya, verse 18:3, and the story of the Prophet Ayub. The story of the Prophet Ayub and Prophet Ayub, as said in the Quran, as is mentioned in the Quran, yeah, it mentioned in the Quran, Allah mentioned in the Quran, indeed I am afflicted with illness, and you, Allah, are the only one who is most merciful of all of others, yeah, whom are merciful, yeah. Okay, and the Prophet Ayub asked the Allah to heal him, yeah, after the long period of disease and the long period of the problem in his health. He asked Allah to help him, yeah. Then Allah Subhanahu wa Taala ordered Ayub and the Prophet Ayub to stomp his feet until the water sprang, yeah, until water sprang from the ground. Then he used the water for drinking, for bathing, until his nurse was gone and disappeared. Okay, that is why in Islam mentioned that is Allah is the most healer of the disease, and this is the miracle that performed by Prophet Ayub and give it to by Allah to Prophet Ayub, so he can cure himself from illness. Okay, there's four principles of health and healing in Islam. One, disease is benediction. Second, Allah sent cure for every disease. Yeah, second, cure for every disease. Third, good health is a blessing. Fourth, cure needs divine intervention. This all of the four good health in the four the four matters in this this slide need to I mean is need a Muslim to perform a good faith toward Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I mean to do the good things, yeah, to have a good belief, yeah, I mean to do worship to Allah and strive to know Allah in his daily life. Okay, one, yeah, the principle one. Disease is benedictions, yeah. Sickness in generally is generally considered as the this arrangement of physiological and physical manifestation. Sickness is primarily attached to Muslim and acts as expiation for sin, those banished from Allah. Okay, and I mean in Islam, uh, sickness is there. Sickness is there, and Allah give inflicted ones and a Muslim with the disease because of two things. Because Allah want to test him, because Allah want to clear him from his bad deed. That is why from our previous talk about the Prophet Naib salam, I mean to test the Prophet Muhammad salam to give to clear the disease, to clear the sin is also in Islam. So Muslim need to be patient when he experience the sickness and always ask Allah to heal him, because Allah to test him, not to react. I mean, not to react. I mean, some people will react unconsciously, or react is I mean out of a human logic because of illness. Yeah, and Islam is from beginning has mentioned that the dizziness is always always there. It's a part of human life. Okay. Two, a good health is a blessing. Okay, despite the fact of that each believer will be tested by inflictions such as ailment, Allah the Mighty want His servant to be in good health. In other words, good health is considered as a blessing. Yeah, based on the principle, the word of the Prophet Muhammad SAW, narrated by Bukhari, mentioned that the Prophet Muhammad said there are two blessings which most people are in great loss. Yeah, good health and free time. Yeah, this is the bless. Yeah, which nowadays we are all say everything is us. Yeah, is everything is provided by us. No, in Islam everything is provided by Muhammad, and in Islam everything is provided by Allah and given by Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. We are the person who use, and we must be grateful for that. Yeah. Okay, the third principle, Allah sent cure for every disease. Okay, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Islam belief, Islam tenet, Allah sent down cure for every disease except aging and death. Yeah, Muslim need to find the cure. Yeah, Allah is testing the Muslim. Is testing he is testing his believer, not to sit just to sit down, lie down, or not do nothing. Yeah, but perform or do something if he have the disease afflicted with the illness and so on. Yeah, the Prophet Muhammad used to say, yeah, in the Sahih Bukhari, yeah, okay, narrated by Sahih by Bukhari, Muhammad Nabi Muhammad. Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to say, Allah did not send down any disease without sending down its cure. Is the principle of Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala in Islam that He the same time yeah, send down the illness and the same time at the same time send down the cure. So if we experience the problem in our health, we need to find the cure. I mean the Muslim. Yeah. Okay. Principle 4, cure needs divine intervention. Yeah. Medical treatment is compulsory for all problems or sickness for Muslims. Yeah. Uh, however, healing or treatment merely add an addition to the permission of Allah. Yeah, Allah just test the Muslim. Yeah. Allah is a true healer in concept. Uh, in Islam, Allah is the true healer. The prayer that we use to pray for the healthiness, yeah, to Him, yeah, to Allah in Islam. Okay, because in Islam, illness is not bad, or dizziness is not bad. Yeah, it's the test for the person who have the sickness, and the test for the family, or for the wife, the husband, that have a person with him who has an illness. And Allah in Islam did not give the test only for the person who capable of facing the test. Okay, healing with colors. Yeah, what Allah mentioned is what uh, inside our mind is the color or chakra. Used to belong to Hinduism, Buddhism, and so on, but it is not. Yeah, it's the practice, or its understanding, or it exists in our world. Okay, Allahu nuru samawati wal ard Allah mentioned that Allah in Quran mentioned that Allah is indeed the light of uh, universe, and in our universe and our planet. Yeah. Um, okay, it mentioned in the Quran. قالوا ادع لنا ربك يبين لنا ما لونها قال إنه يقول إنها بقرة صفراء فاقع لونها تزور الناظرين. It mentions, call upon your Lord to specify for us its color. He said, Allah said, it should be a bright yellow cow, pleasant to see. Yeah, it mentioned in the Quran in Al-Baqarah verses 69. It mentioned also الذي جعل لكم من الشجر الأخضر نارا فإذا أنتم منه توقدون. He is the one who gave the fire from the green tree, and behold, you kindle fire from them. Surah Yasin, verse 18. And so many words in the Quran mention about color, green, red, and then. So color is the way how to see or to monitor our health daily. But this is not easy for the Muslim. Yeah, it's not easy for Muslim. You need expert in Muslim, expert Raqi, to discuss about it. Yeah. Okay, Avicenna, yeah, Avicenna, sees color as the vital importance for the treatment. Yeah. It's discussed in chromotherapy in the canon of the medicine, the book that written by the Ibn Sina. As I said that colors can monitor our health, and colors also can help us, yeah, to cure ourselves. For example, to see greenness, to see good color from from the child, yeah, good color for the woman, for the mountain, and many things. And we praise Allah for that. And that is a way how one of the way how to cure ourselves, to strengthen our ourself, to strengthen our what they call it, our immune system, to strengthen our feeling, to strengthen ourselves, to strengthen our feeling, to face the illness. Okay, color is light and light is energy. Yeah, color, light is energy. Yeah. So energy and ourself, ourself as a human is important. So every day we need to see the sun, when we need to experience the colors in ourself to cure ourselves. Any organ in our self need a color, need the energy, yeah, energy to be strengthened, to be to cure the disease and to help oneself to face the problems in in illness and disease. As a conclusion, yeah, concept of healing in Islam teaches to be moderate in all things. Yeah, this is a very important thing. Yeah, it's very important. The goal of Islamic teaching for all is wisdom of Allah, to learn Islam from the pristine sources of Quran and Sunnah. And I need to conclude that in Islam, the the true healer is Allah Himself, and not the medicine, not the prophet, not the human being. Yeah, all the medicine, all the good, the person who healed, and the Prophet Muhammad SAW, the Prophet, yeah, is the tools that Allah create in this world that can help human being to cure the disease. Okay, I think this is all. I will conclude. I will conclude again with Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin.
Okay, thank you to all the participants. If you have any question regarding this topic, you can ask in chat via WhatsApp or MOX. Our lecturer and Professor Dr. Ahmad Abdul Tarmizi will answer your question delightfully.
Okay, since that is the last material that you get today, maybe I think you get so much insight, yeah, from the material. And then since it is the last material from Professor Dr. Ahmad Tarmizi bin Abdul Rahman, maybe we would like to invite Dr. Santi Hairudin as the delegates from Professor Dr. Ahmad Tarmizi bin Abdul Rahman to maybe give us some conclusion or closing statement. So Dr. Santi Hairudin, please.
Hello. Okay. There is nothing I want to add, but if you have any question, please write in the chat section and I will forward it to Dr. Tarmizi. And the answer I will send to Dr. Mediana as soon as possible. For your information, Dr. Tarmizi cannot attend this program because he is not feeling very well today. So I am representing him today to fulfill this invitation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Santi Harudin. And maybe send our greets to Professor Dr. Ahmad Tarmizi bin Abdul Rahman. And thank you so much, Dr. Santi Harudin, for bringing us the extraordinary material for today's session. Maybe we can continue our session. The next session is prayer. Let's thank to God presence of the session. And before we do the prayer, we would like to invite Septiaji Prismalistenta to lead us a closing prayer for today's program. So Septiaji Prismalistenta, time is yours.
All right, thank you, MCs. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Before we end our session of learning today, let us say our prayers. I will guide the prayer in an Islamic way. I hope the audience can adjust it according to their respective religion and beliefs. Prayer begin. Al-Fatihah. A'udhu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki yaumiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Glory be to you, O Allah, and by praising you, I testify that there is no God worthy of worship but you. I ask you for forgiveness, and I repent to you, unless forgiven for his sins while in his assembly. Amin. Praying enough. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much, Aji, for your prayer. All right, it's a wrap, but before we finish the session today, we would like to invite you to open the camera because we will take a photo documentations of today. Okay, maybe you can prepare yourself, open your camera. And the documentation session would be conducted by our team. Please.
All right, everyone. I will lead the photo session. Please open up your camera.